I'm telling you now, when they go after me, they get dirt like a motherfucker. I'm here to tell you, if they go through my computer, they dig in the child.
Welcome to the Corey Holcomb Show. In this video, we're exposing Corey Holcomb's lies. He's been telling his fans for years that he doesn't want fortune and fame as an excuse as to why he's not as successful as the other comedians from his era. But the truth is a lot different. This video will show that Corey was once signed to one of the biggest agents in Hollywood, and he fumbled the bag by being Corey Holcomb and not being able to see the bigger picture. Once upon a time, Corey Holcomb was signed to ICM, and he managed to mess it up over something incredibly small. It's situations like this that explain why Chicago comedians like Dion Cole and Lil Rel were able to move into movies, major television roles, and huge comedy specials, while Corey stayed stuck doing the same thing for decades. And the craziest part? None of this is speculation. This all comes directly from an official California Labor Commissioner decision involving Corey Holcomb and his former agency, ICM. I'm putting a link in the description to the official court documents. Let's break down what really happened. Section 1. Corey was already in the Hollywood system. In 2014, Corey Holcomb signed with ICM Partners, one of the biggest talent agencies in Hollywood. For context, this is the level of agency that represents major actors, writers, and comedians across film and television. The deal was simple. ICM would represent Corey. They would book and negotiate his shows. In return, they would receive 10% commission, and clearly the relationship was working. Corey paid the agency more than $110,000 in commissions, which means they were actively booking him across the country. So the narrative that Corey was somehow always outside the Hollywood system, that's simply not true. He had one of the biggest agencies in the industry working for him. Section 2. The first major red flag. The first major conflict happened in 2015 at a show at the University of North Carolina, Greensboro. When Corey arrived at the venue, the staff told him the payment check was locked in a drawer and the person with the key had gone home. They assured him the payment would be given to him the next morning. His own agent told him the same thing. Just perform the show and the payment will be handled. But Corey refused to perform and canceled right before going on stage. Then, after canceling the show, he demanded travel reimbursement and partial payment, not from the venue, but from his own agency. This is where the legal ruling says the relationship began to unravel. And if you watch Corey Holcomb's podcast today, that pattern should sound familiar. Small disagreements turning into big conflicts. Section 3. Corey stops paying his own agency. By early 2016, things got worse. Corey Holcomb simply stopped paying his agency commissions on shows, even shows that the agency had helped book. Through his road manager, Corey told ICM he didn't want to keep paying commissions on comedy clubs he already had relationships with. But that's not how exclusive talent agency contracts work. If an agency represents you, they receive commissions on the engagements covered under the agreement. And the ruling points out something important. Corey had already been paying the commission for more than a year, then suddenly decided he didn't want to anymore. In other words, he accepted the deal when it benefited him, and then tried to change it after the fact. Section 4. The $5,000 dispute that blew everything up. Then another situation escalated the conflict. ICM had booked Corey for a show in Miami. The promoter paid a $5,000 deposit, but the event was canceled. Under the contract, that deposit became a kill fee owed to Corey. But at the time, Corey already owed the agency about $20,000 in unpaid commissions. So ICM applied the $5,000 deposit toward the debt. Corey viewed this as the agency taking his money. The agency viewed it as collecting unpaid commissions. This dispute is what pushed the relationship into full collapse. Section 5. A show gets canceled because Corey refused to promote it. Things escalated again shortly after. ICM had booked Corey for a show at the Bell Auditorium in Augusta, Georgia. The promoter paid a $10,000 deposit, but Corey refused to promote the show unless the agency handed over the deposit first. The agency refused because they were required to hold the deposit in trust until the performance date. Because Corey refused to promote the event, the promoter canceled the show. ICM later returned the deposit to the promoter, something that was confirmed by bank records in the case. Section 6. The court's final decision. Eventually, the dispute went to the California Labor Commissioner, and the ruling was clear. The commissioner determined that the agency agreement was valid. Corey benefited from the work performed by the agency. He still owed commissions on shows they had booked. The ruling ordered Corey Holcomb to pay $49,754.05 in commissions, plus $16,371.13 in interest, for a total of $66,125.18 owed to ICM. So when Corey Holcomb tells people he never chased Hollywood success, the reality is that he was already positioned inside the system. He had a major talent agency. He had bookings across the country. And according to the official legal record, that relationship collapsed over disputes, missed opportunities, and conflicts that didn't need to escalate the way they did. Meanwhile, comedians from the same era, including Dion Cole and Lil Rel, kept building industry relationships, landing roles, and expanding their careers. Sometimes talent isn't the only factor in becoming a star. Professionalism, collaboration, and long-term thinking matter just as much. And when you look at this case, it raises an uncomfortable question. Was the real obstacle to Corey Holcomb's rise the same behavior that audiences still see today?